So Angel Reese could be hinting that she is leaving the Chicago Sky in something that we all know she wants out. We know she does not want to be there. She literally was asked about going to the Sky and goes, well, I'm contracted there. We all know Angel Reese does not want to be a Chicago Sky. She wants to be as far away as possible from this franchise. That being said, it is factually correct that Angel Reese is currently contracted to the Chicago Sky. That is a fact, and no one can really argue that. However, we got to be real here. She wants out, and we've got the Instagram bio. Sounds weird with obsessing with Angel's bio. Jesus. So, no Chicago Sky. No Chicago Sky. Bayou Barbie. No Chi-Town Barbie. No mention of the Chicago Sky. That's it. No mention of anything. I don't know if this is they're about to trade me. They got to trade. Or I'm no longer a member of the Sky. Or this could be a fuck the WNBA. This league may as well not exist. Because she doesn't say even what league she plays as a pro athlete in. And that is one of the interesting things here to see. Is you've got Angel to Dallas soon. Are Dallas willing to give up the number 1 pick? They might be. I think Angel's worth the number 1 pick. I think Angel's going to be better than any player in this draft. But again, I'm just super high on Angel Reese, a player. So I think Angel Reese is better than. I think she's a much higher floor than Awa Pham. I think she's a perennial all-star. And I think there's no one in this draft that I think is a guaranteed perennial all-star. I think Flau'jae maybe, Awa Pham maybe. I think AZ is going to be a solid player, I guess. But yeah, it is what it is. It says obviously Bayou Barbie, not Chi-Town. Pro athlete, you better have Dallas Wings right next to her in 2028. I mean, what do the Dallas Wings, if they don't give up the number 1 pick, what do they have to trade? Their 2027, what would you have to do? You'd have to trade their 2027 pick, the Aces 2027 pick, the rights to Geisel Suter, and maybe one of Zaza James or Quinterly. That's what it would cost to get Angel Reese. Could it be worth it? Maybe. Because that means you can bring in AZ, you draft AZ 1 if that's the case. All you need to do is bring in a 5. You bring in a legit 5. Or you find a shooter, you try to convince a K-Mac to come if Minnesota want to keep, if Minnesota want to keep for example, an Alana Smith and they can't afford McBride, and they want to keep Courtney Williams. If you can convince a K-Mac to come who's better than AZ, and you have Awa and Angel and Kate and Paige, that's an elite young big 3. Shit. Really hope Angel is traded to Dallas or San Francisco. What the fuck do the Valkyries have to trade? I'm not joking when I say this. The Valkyries can't trade anything unless, what would the Valkyries have to give to Chicago? The Valkyries would have to give Juste Jacite, the 8th pick in this year's draft, their 2027 first round pick, and the rights to Kate Martin, to make up for jersey sales. That's what it will cost for Angel Reese, where it's you are giving up a lot. You're giving up a lot. And Jacite projects to walk in as a starter. It's probably going to be her and Burton at the guard position. And the two of them are these combo guards, this modern basketball, 2 ball handlers line up with Jacite and Burton. They project both. I would assume both of them are going to start. Because of what Jacite is doing this season for Girona is unbelievable. So I would assume they're both going to start. And you're basically having to get the young point guard of future for the Sky. And then with that means the Sky with 5 maybe. Because they're going to keep Cardoso. What do? Do you bank on Pham being there? You might have to bank on Pham being there, or maybe trading down if somebody really wants a Flau'jae or a Tania Latson. Trade down with trade down with Connecticut or something if they really want Flau'jae as a face of their franchise or something, and go and take O'Cott late in the draft, late in the first round, or even a Grace Van Sluten maybe, or someone like that. Get an extra pick out of that. Maybe get a big. Maybe see if Connecticut are willing to give you Aaliyah Edwards in their pick to get up into top 5. Like, that would be something maybe you could look at if you were Golden State to make that trade. But I just don't. I think the trade value. I think the Sky will have all WNBA trade value in Angel Reese, which is absolutely right because she's made 2 All-Star games in 2 years, and she's essentially free for 2 years based on her contract. I don't think she wants to be there. I think it's going to be very difficult for her to get out of Chicago. I think it really will be. It's going to take, again, the number 1 pick from Dallas, or there's 2 picks in 2027 and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you're Washington, it's going to take the pick swap back, because at the end of the day, the Sky don't control their 2027 pick, and the Mystics are going to be better than them. So it's at the stage now where it's a really difficult one when it comes to the Sky to for them. They're in a really difficult situation. Like, they have to really stockpile on assets if they want to get rid of Angel Reese. So I think the price on her is going to be super high. I don't think the Sky plan on trading her. Not they don't plan on trading her. I don't think the Sky plan on trading her on the cheap. I think the Sky would rather she be there and just cause a fuss than trade her on the cheap. No matter what she does, I don't think that's going to affect whether or not Sky trade her. I think the Sky, if they get an offer, like I've suggested, that is fair value for Angel Reese, they'll take the offer. That is fair value when you take into account ticket sales, jersey sales, ability on court, and contract. It's really hard to make up that. Like, if you're going like for like a Paige Bueckers for Angel Reese trade is almost fair value. It's never going to happen. But like, that's the value I place on Angel Reese. So to get a Paige Bueckers-esque haul, like, you're going to have to go, maybe Minnesota are a team that might be interested in it. Honestly, I would go to Kosu, and do they have any other weird player rights? Or two in Uhas. 2 in Dorka Uhas. I'd make that trade. I think Dorka, you got another year on Dorka's contract? 2 years on Dorka's contract? Rookie deal? I think Dorka's really, really solid. I'd make that trade if I was Chicago, but I think outside of Minnesota, because they have 2 and they have a couple of young assets, outside of Minnesota, I don't think there's a team that aren't going to have to gut basically their entire team for Angel Reese that can even equal value. If people are like, Enrique for Angel, that would be the most dumb trade in history, which means the Sky might make the trade. But the Sky don't have the cap space to make that trade because of what Enrique is going to command and what Ariel Atkins is going to command. Ariel Atkins is the better player. I think they're going to commit to Ariel Atkins. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. I'll see you guys.